Hello, everybody. I noticed that we had some comments early, so I thought I would jump on early. I am waiting for Jim. I don't know if he'll join me or not today. I haven't been able to get a hold of him lately, but I jumped on early. I couldn't wait anymore. So, happy holidays to everybody all around the world, whoever's watching. I know that we have some Australians that come on and everything, so I'm sure they'll be on soon. So I figured I would, instead of doing Pepper Rooter's book today, I decided that I would just do a quick little holiday video. Actually, I might have a couple things that were revealed during or after the holiday seasons back at 1977. So we will cover that, and then we will go over a countdown of the top 7 Christmas songs that Elvis had ever recorded. And anyway, okay, so the latest update on Linda Hood Sigmund's Truth.com is that she said that she got a hold of the go between who has been in contact with Jesse Elvis. She said he is doing fairly well despite his age and his health issues, but he needs a new phone, and he hasn't been able to call Linda because I guess his phone that he had is broken or something, or poorly done. So anyway, so that is the update. So I guess he's doing okay. We haven't heard anything else. I know Linda said she's been dealing with being sick. Linda Hood Sigmund's Truth revealed that her husband Tom had successful eye surgery, and of course her go-between is also in assisted living. So keep them all in prayer. I'm not sure who the go-between is, so we can't really pray for that person as specifically in a name. Excuse me. But I'm going to say hello to everybody here so far. We have Rita. Hi, Rita. How are you tonight? I'm glad you were able to join us. And hi, Judy. How are you tonight? I'm glad you were able to join us. Hi, Mitchell. How are you? Looks like someone, sitting on the go. Yeah. All right. Excuse me. And of course, Rita says hello. And Barbara. Hi, Barbara. How are you tonight? And hi, Michelle. How are you? All right. So I hope you all had a happy or Merry Christmas. I know someone had said that she had a lonely Christmas, but we know that Jesus is with you. And you can always watch my other channel, Life of Joy, if you want some Christmas coverage to keep yourselves company or in a festive mood. All right. Hi, Jermaine. How are you tonight? Hi, Rita. All right. So I'm going to just do some just random stuff today. I'm not really going to read or anything because I figured I was just in a mood to celebrate. And as far as my health is concerned, I was dealing with some type of reaction I had to something I ate, and so I just wanted to stay off the computer as much as I could last Saturday. Sorry, guys, just my stomach wasn't feeling well. So, all right. So I'm going to do is I'm going to play something. All right. So I decided I was going to reveal some things that have happened that people have um anyway. I'm reading this comment and I'm going to skip over it. Please keep your comments decent. Thank you. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to play. Hi Peggy, how are you tonight? All right. Hi Diana, how are you tonight? Hi Jacqueline, how are you tonight? Yeah, well, I don't know if anyone has seen the War 1313, but anyway. Hi Patricia, how are you tonight? Hi, God bless me. Sandy. How are you tonight? Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Anyway. Okay, anyway. So, I'm going to play a Oh, hi Frank. How are you tonight? How are you? Okay. I'm going to play a portion of the Elvis tape where he talks about Christmas time. I figured I would play that. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. Yes, mine was awesome. Anybody else who had really good Christmas? I'm sure a lot of people have actually seen my videos on Life of Joy channel on YouTube. If you haven't, you can check those out. The two videos, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. All right. Hi, Peggy. Staying cozy and warm to my channel. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you are. I know I'm a little cozy and warm myself inside the house here. It's cold outside though. Hoo hoo. We had some snow this morning. So yeah, we've had a lot of snow up here this year. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, so I'm gonna play a portion of an Elvis tape. Now this obviously was taken from a um tape recording, and it's kind of an old tape, so it's really fuzzy, so you have to listen to really closely. But what I will do is I will play that, and then I will play a portion of a Civil Nora voice as well, and you guys can hear a very similar way that he talks. All right. Hi, Penny. Merry Christmas. Hi, Al. How are you tonight? My Christmas party was nice. Well, I'm glad. Yeah. The one I had on my channel. Yeah. My other channel. All right. So I'm going to play this now. And
this coming Christmas in a new way. It's always been a very happy time of the year for me, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to possibly seeing some people that are going to be shocked. I'm just hoping that these people that I'm going to see, they won't be hurt. But I know that they're going to be shocked. And it's going to be good because Christmas time is a good time of year to make everything okay, to mend. And so if there's ever a time that I could make an appearance, or that I could come up into the open, I think Christmas time would be it.
okay. So he says, I just wrote a couple things down. He said that Christmas time will be celebrated in a new way that year. He said those that have known him before, when he comes to see them or whatever, he reveals himself to them, they will be shocked. And he said that some will be hurt. And he said Christmas time is a time to make everything okay and to learn from basically your errors. So I thought that was quite interesting, but I'm going to put shot. Now I'm going to pick up a Elvis voice 1981. Now this recording was kind of fuzzy. I'm sorry guys, I don't have a better quality of the recording. But this recording that I'm going to share with you was done around the same time period, 1981. This is off the Civil Nora record, and it's part of from Loving You. I want you guys to listen real close to how he talks, and especially when he says shocked. Sorry.
Hold on, wait a minute. Somebody just told me that that President Reagan and some other people have been shot. I'd just like to say that I hope they're not hurt badly.
So I think the reason why I played these was because, some people were saying, oh, well, the Elvis tapes wasn't him, so on and so forth. But I think that those two voices are very, very close. And there's no denying that for me. Hold on a minute. I got to get out of here. I'm sorry. In the wrong place. So anyway, I would thought that I would play those for you. All right. Hi, Dion. How are you tonight? Jacqueline says it is 77. I'm going to reduce this down so I can read it. 77 in South Carolina. Beautiful weather. Stay bundled on. Yeah, it was very cold today and it was snowing. I had to shovel my driveway. Been a long time since you've had a white Christmas, so you had to run the AC all year. Well, we had a white Christmas this year. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we don't get snow until January. This year we've had snow early. Really odd. May ask me who's that? Elvis? That was on the tape. Hi, Diana. Oh, yeah. I said I was going to be on next Saturday, which is today. And so Dion says same here. Rita says it's 82 in Houston. Wow, cool. Hi, Pamela. Happy New Year. How is that Christmas tree doing? I love her tree. My tree is still up and on. I'll keep it up till probably when I get sick of it. Probably New Year's. I usually take it down around then. So yeah. Anyway, anyone who wants to see that tree, it is on Facebook on my personal profile and on YouTube as well. It's going to be in the 40s in Florida on New Year's. Yay. Oh, in the 40s? Wow. Well, that's pretty cold for Florida. It's supposed to ice out this weekend, Monday here, but I don't know what it's going to be like New Year's. Probably very cold. I am wonderful. Freezing tonight. Thank you. Me too. Come to Canada. We get winter for 6 months. How are you? Well, I don't know. Winter started here, New Hampshire. I'm in New Hampshire, USA. So we're having snow early this year. It's really, really cold up here too. And we stay pretty wintry till April. Sometimes the beginning of April, we might have not last snowstorm. So it's pretty cold. Yeah. What temperature is heaven for us here? Oh, that temperature's heaven for you there? Oh, all right, cool. Oh, try minus 25 below. Oh my gosh, that is freezing. All right. I think it was 16 here. I'm not sure exactly what it is now. Hold on. Let me see if I can check the weather app and tell you exactly what the temperature is right now. It is 18 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sure exactly what it is in Celsius, if you guys are in Celsius. Anyway, that's cold. It's cold in Houston as well, Monday through Thursday. Wow. My sister told me that I say Elvis, but who's that? Oh, it's Elvis. If you're talking about this picture here, this is Elvis at 59 years old. This picture here is Elvis in his 30s. All right, anyway. Hi. We had a warm Christmas in Panama City, Florida. Wishing you a happy new year. Well, happy new year, Carol. How are you tonight? Yeah, 18 degrees. Yep, Rita, it's cold. That's what I was saying the other day on that clip with Steve Chance. Um, as far as I know, um, with the Steve Chances, as far as I know, because it's in a profile. I'm not sure the Civil Noir profile he's talking about. The video itself, I don't think that definitely was not Johnny Harrer talking in that video. Anyway. Oops. Hi, Daffy. How are you tonight? Five, five. Okay, so 5 degrees Celsius. Yeah, not too cold. Oh, you're lucky. It's 16 here for Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what it is in Celsius. So can't believe that Elvis and the gray hair. Right. Well, I'll tell you the story about the picture of Elvis with the white hair. All right. So she's talking about Elvis here and the white hair. This was actually a photo. I think what they call they put it through a photo cleaner because the original photo through Linda Hood Sigmund's Truth is kind of blurry. Um, but anyway, what I'm going to do is I am going to share right now. I'm going to go on the Linda Hood Sigmund's Truth. If you guys have not been able to get onto there, you can get on that website here. Let me get it for you. And you can get the updated information. Oh, anyway. Oh, why I don't have it up here. All right. Well, anyway, this is from Linda Hood Sigmund's Truth continued.com. Why I don't have it on here? Anyway. Right. All right. So the website that I'm showing you is up there. This is for 2025. This is the messages to Jesse. If you guys have not sent messages, you can send him messages. He goes by Jesse Elvis. There is a link for this on her website. Okay. And she prints them out and sends them to him, and it's open till his birthday. So anybody who wants to send him happy birthday, Christmas wishes, or New Year's wishes, or any kind of talk wishes you may. And I know it's awkward feeling, but it happens. I did send him a combined um messages to some people who had put Facebook wishes on. I had to copy paste them and put them on in one message from everybody telling him it was from the group on Facebook and on YouTube channel. So I had like 5 or 6 people. All right. You don't know who Elvis may be. Okay, so Elvis is Jesse. Anyway, does Tony P know Elvis is around? I'm not sure. I think she does. I know that there was a big thing with the DNA test when Eliza went to go get DNA. When she suspected him to be her father, but ended up being her um brother or half brother or something on that idea, or a family member. I know they used Donna P's DNA. That's what they claim. So he matched both of his first cousins on both sides of the family. So I'm going to say she does, but she's probably not going to tell anybody because she is under contract, I know, or a non-disclosure agreement with EPE. What's the weather like in Memphis? because in Cleveland, Ohio, it's cold. I do not know what the weather is like in Memphis. I know that it's freezing up here in New Hampshire and snowy. I heard some places, I think Massachusetts and Connecticut, were having a massive winter storm. Opening eyes to the picture of Elvis and collected jaw my eyes and teeth. Yes. So the picture of Elvis, Jesse Elvis, obviously he's got the same smile line, the same um not really eyes. Like in one picture his eyes are the same, and other pictures his eyes are not. I think it's because Jesse Elvis has had plastic surgery. I know he's had work done on his eyelids for his eyesight and so on, because he used to have those droopy eyelids. And when you get old and your eyelids start drooping, they get in your eyesight, can't see well. So I know he had his eyelids done. So he does look a little different in his eyes, but and his nose is totally different, but his chin, you can't really mess that up. His chin, his smile, and his blue eyes. And his haircut is same as actually the I'm gonna just move this down now. His haircut's almost the same in both of these pictures, except obviously a little longer in the white hair. But people are not used to seeing him with white hair. Okay. Hi, Francis. How are you tonight? Happy New Year. I hope you had a good Christmas. Does anybody have the knowledge of how Elvis is doing now? As far as I know, he's okay. He's dealing with old age and the same health problems as he has been. Came in late and the show Indian might have said something. And that was the only update we got from Linda today. He needs a new phone, so you can pray for him for that. I just answered that question. Yes. Linda Hood-Seaman has her own channel on YouTube. It's just basically a little video she made and put it on YouTube. But she doesn't do stuff like me. Can we possibly, if possible, get an update on the photo on that, what it looked like today, kind of? Not really. He doesn't allow it. He only allowed that one photograph. I think it was for his his book, but I also think that he doesn't want his current photograph out. I don't think, first of all, he's very old, and I don't think he just doesn't want to be recognized, so he can live his life and to the end, in private, and doesn't have to be hounded. On the channel, she talks about her past experiences. Oh, you're talking about Deborah Presley. Not Deborah Presley. What's her name? Donna Presley. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I have a fear that EPE will have their hands on DVD and destroy it. Yeah, they probably will, but we don't know that for sure. And like I said, he's got a bunch of people that might have a copy of it. I'm not sure exactly. Does he still have dimples? I don't know. Can you take dimples off your chins when you do plastic surgery? He might. I don't know. In the Jesse picture, he still has like a little line right there, but I don't know. Yeah. Well, I heard that there were some accounts, like especially when he did Spelling on the Stone, there was some accounts where they said he had black dyed black hair, but gray streaks coming out. Like he was in between the dye. He probably stopped dyeing his hair because he probably was on the threat of losing it. Maybe making it all white makes him less recognizable. I think Byrne had said in here that his hair was white as well in his letter in this book. I think he said he was described with white hair, like that. I think in Pepper's book, he's described, and Pepper's book was done, experience was in March. Burns was the same year, but in November, she said in March he had dark hair. So he must have dyed it dark. I know that he did work with Orion. He probably had his hair dark then, for Orion, and other times. So there were variety of different things, but I guess now he keeps his hair white. Hi Teresa, how are you? Hi Brenda. I believe she does know he's alive, but I don't think she's ever going to reveal that he's alive. Right. You're talking about Donna P. Right. Exactly. Not Linda. Okay. Yeah. I love his temples. Yeah. Me too. I don't know what he did with it. Hi, Linda. He wants to live in a quiet life, no drama. He deserves to live how he wants. Right. I also think that he probably wants to have his hair all white, um, his age as well. I bet you he must be pretty upset that Pastor Bob Joyce is taking credit, saying that he is Elvis, which he had not. It really upsets me and many of us. As far as I know, he has never said he was Elvis. He has always said he was born Bob Joyce, will die Bob Joyce. He told Linda Hood Sigmund in a letter on her site that that he's not Elvis. I'm going to actually go on here for a minute. On her current video, actually, she has here's a picture, the original picture of Jesse Elvis without all of the photo cleaning. All right. So she's got here, generally speaking, December 21st. I have tried to give up disputing out and out lies on the internet, but sometimes I just have to speak out against blatant lies. Below is such an occasion to which I had to respond. The Bob Joyce junk it has taken on a life of its own, and it is totally disgusting pack of lies. Bob Joyce is not Elvis. She has said it many times on here. She said this is her response. I have been friends with the real Elvis Presley for over 32 years, and I have proof given to me by Elvis himself. Bob Joyce is not Elvis. This crazy lie about Bob Joyce has been taken out on a life of its own. The truth is that on my two websites, as shown in the photo, you can see the handwritten letters and the songs recorded after 1977, and Elvis has told me that I have more proof than anyone, and it was all given to me by him. Okay, so that is Linda's comments, all right, about Bob Joyce. And that was just recently. That was a recent one. I think this probably pertaining to that video that she was talking about on here. She was very disgusted by it. But there's also a letter that he had written her. I don't know if I can pull it up. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I know she has a letter as well. And I don't remember where it is at the moment, so you'll have to give me a minute. But anyway, I do have a copy of that letter. It's on a video that I had done a long time ago. Actually, if you wanted to ever see it, it's also on her channel here on YouTube. You look under Bob Joyce is not Elvis, and you will find it. Okay, it's a letter he does express. This was written 2014. From him on an email. She had emailed him through the church email, and he responded back to her. He told her straight out, I'm not Elvis. People think I am, but I'm not. All right. So I'm hopefully that will help you guys a little. I also have a bunch of reels and shorts about pictorial evidence that Bob Joyce is not Elvis. I have 2 more videos about Bob Joyce not being Elvis, especially comparisons to singing as well. Someone had made a comparison video of Elvis singing gospel hymns and Bob Joyce singing gospel hymns, and you could tell directly they are totally 2 different voices. They're close but different in some ways, but they're not. I'm going to say Bob Joyce is a Elvis impersonator. Okay. I think she does. Like I said, the DNA was from one of from her cigarette or family or something like that, they said. So I don't know. Anyway, need some help. Help place names for my new grandson born in November. My daughter-in-law, live queen. My son doesn't. My granddaughter has started calling him Chip. I was. I really don't know. You know what? I think that you just have to kind of like look at him and say, I really don't have any suggestions for you unless, does anyone else could help her out maybe? I don't know. Can't imagine how he looks now. Probably unrecognizable. I'm going to say yeah, or he could be. I think that his eyes and his voice give him away, they say. I don't know if he's watched every show, but I know he's seen one show, and that is the real life, what do you call it? The real life experiences. I think is what it's called, part 2 with Jim. First time Jim was on a video with me, and we did an interview with him about his real life experience with meeting him in a grocery store when he was like 11 or 12 years old with his father. He's he's aging gracefully, yes, and he's in a lot of pain, so right, okay. Hi Karen, how are you? Yeah, me too. I am really fed up with the Bob Joyce lies, and they keep coming out now, now. I think it's because it just it gives him attention, and I think he's enjoying the attention as well. Please ask Linda if he can give us an update and ask us how Christmas was. As far as I know, this is the latest update that she had put on her site. I do have a little bit of news to share. I did speak with the go-between at length last night. He's still spending most of his time at an assisted living facility, but goes home to visit his wife, who is still recuperating from automobile injuries. He does hear from Jesse, and so he told me Jesse is doing fairly well considering his age and his health issues. But he does not have his phone with which he can call her presently. So that's the latest update. I don't have anything else more. He hasn't called her in a while. I wish I could just give him one message before he passes. I say Bob Joyce is not Elvis. Correct. Okay, so Colleen, the only way you could give him a message is if you were to go on the letters to Jesse and write him a message. If you want to write a message for him, I also have it on the post section here in YouTube, and I have it on the Facebook page and in the Facebook group. You can always write a reply there if you want, and I can copy and paste it and send it to Linda. But best way to do it is just to go on to the website itself and post it there. Let me see if I can get that link up for you guys again, so you guys can. Does it link here? Messages to Jesse. No, she does have a direct link here. Oh no. Oh, here it is. All right, so this is the Messages to Jesse website. You go on here, you scroll all the way down the bottom. It's a message board, and there's 98 replies right now. If you haven't done it, you can. It's a little awkward at first, but you can go down here, put your letter here under comment, put your name, your email address, and just post a comment, and she will send it to him. Okay? I hope that helps you guys out a little bit. Can't believe people still think Bob Joyce is Elvis. That's crazy, right? And I've done a lot of videos, let's say, of debunking Bob Joyce. He did. I agree, Colleen. I wish you could hear from him before he passes. Yeah. I would like to hear him before he does pass too. Hopefully he can get his phone so he can contact her. That would be nice. But Bob Joyce is like smoking mirrors to keep you from looking for the real one. It's a decoy. That's what I'm thinking. He works as a decoy, but I had another person that I messaged quite often that was in contact with Jesse Elvis, and I don't know. I haven't heard from him in a long time, but he told me that no, it's not a decoy, but it could be a possibility. We don't know. EPE could do some things these days to take people off his track or something. Jim has told us that both Elvis and Bob that he's not Elvis, right? Jim told us he knows Elvis. Yes, he does know Elvis, and he knows Bob Joyce is not Elvis. Actually, he's got a few choice words that he calls him a con artist, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to use the swears that he uses. But anyway, never understood how anyone could ever have thought Bob Joyce was Elvis. It is so ridiculous, and very obviously, he is not correct. It would be wonderful if he could say something to his fans. He doesn't have to let us know where he is living. No. But I'm going to tell you that he does love all his fans, and he enjoys reading the letters from his fans. He enjoys them. I don't know if he keeps them. He must keep them or something. But he does enjoy them, and he has thanked Linda over the years. Recently, he hasn't been really talking to Linda that much because of phone issues, and I also think because of his health issues. But obviously, you know. All right. So Bob Joyce, the only Elvis songs Bob Joyce sings are basically hymns. They are songs that can be sung at any church. Bob Joyce sings gospel music, hymns. Elvis did a lot of hymns because that was the thing back in the 60s and the 50s, in the 70s, to worship God. I mean, we have now the current modern day Christian music, but gospel music was it back then, and it was basically church hymns, remade into modern day music. Now Bob Joyce sings a lot of the similar hymns that Elvis would sing. Obviously, he's a pastor, and his church uses old hymns. But, and similar Christmas music. There are some songs that Bob Joyce sings that he has written himself. Well, Elvis never wrote his own songs. Played his instruments, but never wrote his own songs. And so yeah. And he does have, like I said, a beautiful singing voice. I think the only song that he actually sang that was actually a secular Elvis song was in a what they call as a gift to his wife. I think it was their anniversary or something. And he played I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. And someone had videoed it, obviously, and then put it online. So that is why people think that, you know. There was one other one that he had sung Trilogy, but if you were to look at the whole video, it shows him in a karaoke bar with his son. Son is dressed up in Elvis costume. He was a ETA, and they were probably practicing or just singing karaoke, and someone videoed it, and then it went viral because he hit the note. Anyway, he doesn't look or sound like him. He has his own family, and we must get fed up. And I would like your input. Okay, so Bob Joyce was born 1950, was it 53, 54, something like that. His wife was born in 1954. I think that's what it was. I have a video out on this, so you guys can just watch that there, the different timelines. The timelines don't match. Bob Joyce was in the army in Germany in the 70s, early 70s. He got married in 1975 to Elena. Elena was, like a little girl when Elvis was in the army. So there's no way that that lady that they have a picture of Elvis and a fan or something in Germany. No, their eyes are very similar, but I don't think that they're really related or anything. But nope, that's not her. And Wilena and Bob have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. And they're in their 30s and maybe 40s now, in age. He became a pastor in 1981. Elvis was Sylvanora, Orion, or other traveling the world in 1981. Okay, so their timelines don't match. Okay. And I also want to remember that people were hired by Elvis to like take on the identity. So like Sylvanora could have been John Cotner or someone like that. And then you had obviously Jimmy Ellis had Orion, and when they had Spelling on the Stone, they gave to Dan Willis and all of those people. And then of course Steven Silver was a alias to Elvis as well. So because he had to stay in hiding because they had death threats against him from the mafia. So anytime someone recognized him, found him, he went through plastic surgery, moved away, all that kind of thing. So he couldn't be found. So Billy and Joel and now Linda and all the rest. He's 10 to 20,000 a year to keep their mouth shut and knowing it. Yeah. Yeah, they're making money off of his name, and EPE hires them so they can do their thing on Elvis Week and all that kind of thing. Yeah, well, unfortunately, he's in a lot of pain. he has arthritis, and he deals with heart issues and strokes and neuropathy, diabetes, and all those different illnesses. I do have a video update about Jesse's health video. If you guys ever want to see that, that's on YouTube here. On, I think, under the video section, not the lives. Okay. Yeah. Well, imagine what it was like for Jim's wife, who went to Aldi one day and he came by and said hello and actually greeted her with her name and the two children's name. And then before she realized who it was, he was already gone and realized it was Elvis. Imagine what she was like. Shocked. That's for sure. Oh, good. 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 I wasn't sure. Like I said, I haven't looked at him lately. I don't know how Jim is doing. I haven't seen him, but he wished me a Merry Christmas, and that's it. I haven't heard from him since. Tell Linda to say hi to his fans on his behalf. Yeah, I think that's why she tries to update us about him, because of the fact that it gives us a connection to him through her. There were so many Elvis impersonators. I don't think anyone would know Elvis if he came out. Probably not. But Elvis now is so old that I think that even if he did come out, he definitely wouldn't be standing up. Probably in a wheelchair, that type of thing, or in a cane. He's pretty old. He's going to be 91 on his next birthday. Yes, I know who I saw and talked to, and I feel strong about that. But I have a family member in the CIA, and I know for a fact that he is still alive, and I wish I knew more and could say more. Well, Mitchell, I know that you had a great encounter. It was called a real life encounter. A real life encounter with him, or at least seeing him in a restaurant. I think that's where it was, and everything. So I'm happy that you were able to do that, that you were able to experience that. I'm sure if I had come upon him, I probably sit on a park bench and he would sit next to me and I would not even know it. Unless he talked. But that's what they say. He could walk and sit in a park and sit on a bench next to you, read a newspaper, read a book, look at your children running around, and you would never know it was him. All right, unless unless he talked or took his sunglasses off, one of the two, because I'm sure he wears glasses of some type of disguise. Have you seen any AI YouTube videos of Elvis? They are really getting ridiculous. Don't like them at all. Not really. I mean, I think I might have listened to like one or two songs by him. Like they did like AI video his voice. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not good. Yeah, they done him wrong and they did him dirty and they robbed him of his own life. Yep. And, he said in his book, and I thought that, he said in his book right here in the beginning, I thought I could have a normal life. And I thought I could have a normal life. But he couldn't. And he still doesn't. Because he has all the security and everything still. Anyway. I never really got a chance to do what I was going to tell you. But anyway, a couple years ago when I opened up the YouTube page, not YouTube, the Facebook group, before I opened up this channel and all that type of thing, I had done a countdown of the most famous Christmas songs. Now, I know some of you who have been on the group a long time on Facebook. I believe Rita might be involved, and a couple other people that have been in our Facebook group for a long time. I had a survey out. So, from what I can remember, I'm just going to go over this countdown, because when Facebook got rid of my first profile, which I had for a long time, they erased all of my videos and all my pictures, all my posts off the group. Okay, so I'm just going to say I had to look this up a little bit too online. So this is from Google. These are the top 7 Christmas songs that Elvis ever recorded. So number 7 is Winter Wonderland. Number 6 is Merry Christmas Baby. That was really a nice bluesy song, which I like. Here Comes Santa Claus was quite up there in the top 5. Santa Claus is Back in Town was in the top 5. White Christmas and Silent Night. The number 1 is Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley. It's his number 1 Christmas song. I will finish this video with the Silver Nora version of Blue Christmas. And I don't know, YouTube sometimes says I have copyright. Sometimes they say I don't have copyright for the same video. So I don't know. They tell me on the copyright that it's Elvis live, like 1976, 1968 or something like that. So I guess he must have used the guitar and the similar guitar strings when he sang it, or sang it in that style. So I thought that was quite interesting that YouTube would use the Silver Nora and say it was Elvis singing it in 1968 when it was really him singing it in 1981. But anyway, I will play that after I'm done reading all your comments. But I thought I'd let you guys know that. And another thing that had happened after 1977 that revealed him being alive was the picture at the pool house. So I'm going to show you this clip because I was supposed to put this on here and I forgot to, do this stuff. So I'm going to show this to you because this was done in the new year, 1978. So I think it was December 31st, 1977 or January 1st, 1978. And I'm going to show you this clip from Elvis Files. And the reason why I did that is because it happened on the holiday right after Elvis killed the image. All right. And you guys can decide if it really is him in that photo. Now, according to Linda Hood Sigmund, he admitted that it was him. All right. But I'm going to put this on. All right. And then I will finish the rest of your comments.
Your living room, notice what seemed to be the face of Elvis Presley staring right out at you. I think you get very excited. Well, this is precisely what happened to a man named Mike Joseph on New Year's Eve Day, December 31st, 1977. Now, recently, Mike was interviewed about the events leading up to this amazing picture. Let's watch.
It was New Year's Eve, 77, when I took my wife and my son and my nephew down to Graceland. They had just opened up Memory Gardens where Elvis was laid to rest. And we were there for an hour, and we left back for home. Had the pictures developed, and looked at them, put them away. One day after reading a book, I decided to look at my pictures again. I pulled them out, and this time I saw something in one of the pictures that I hadn't seen. My God, I had Elvis Presley sitting in the doorway, looking out at the fans walking past his grave. I've had the negatives examined by Kodak. And Kodak basically says that they are original. They have not been tampered with in any way. They were taken in sequence, uncut by the negatives, being original. They can tell. The emulsion number of the film was manufactured in 77. Each roll of film that is manufactured has a manufacturing date on it in the emulsion number. This is the shot that I took of the people walking and the bathhouse in the distance. We zero in here, and this is the same shot with just the chair. No one sitting in the chair. So that shows it was not a picture of someone sitting in the chair. This is my son once again blocking the doorway, and of course the picture where I first spotted the silhouette in the doorway.
All right? How many of you think that?
So that was, those pictures were taken on New Year's Eve, 1977. And so I was thinking, okay, that is a very interesting. Okay. So I could see, I think that Christmas time and New Year's was big for Elvis, but I also believe that it was also because his birthday was in that time period. So he always keeps the decorations up until after his birthday. But anyway, all right. So I'm going to finish these comments and that'll be it. All right. Right. Good to hear that, but if he did come out, it would be bigger than life and his funeral. Right. And I'm going to say that he's also, at 90 years old, he's fragile. I don't think that he'd want fragile. I don't think that he'd want to be bombarded by the press, by cops, by anybody like that. And I've had people even try to tell me that they have the same grandma Minnie May. I thought, and they are stupid. Okay. How does Elvis feel about Priscilla wanting to be burned? I'm gonna say it's a family issue, and I don't know what he thinks of that. That's something that's never been revealed. But it's a family issue, so he probably doesn't have much to say, because I'm going to say that if he comes out and do anything like that publicly or whatever, he could get in trouble, or his family could get in trouble. But I don't think he cares, really. Well, he could wiggle and yeah, yeah. Wiggle his toes, maybe. I don't know. I heard he could still play the piano, so I don't know. This book I was talking about, and it's hard to get. The truth about Elvis Aaron Presley in his own words. Well, at the time, there was a few things that kept ringing the bell, but until after that, I saw the picture, and I told my wife that was the same person, and she was like, "Yeah, right." Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you can recognize him from this picture. All right. Can't disguise that voice, though. And he's older, and those deep baby blue eyes. Yeah, exactly. There is some recordings that he had done in 2000. I mean, excuse me, I can't think, in 2011. For Elvis Found Alive documentary. Those are on Linda's site, and for free, and you can also do here on YouTube underneath. I can't think today. And these 15 songs were actually recorded by Elvis. Well, Jesse Elvis. He admitted to them in a letter. So these are the most current recordings you're gonna find out there. It's done by John. Well, he goes by John Burroughs as an alias, but those are the most current recordings. My favorite, obviously, is The Dance, which is awesome. But Reconsider Baby, I really like that version. And I think if I compared this version here, Reconsider Baby, the way he sings it to the Civil Nora version and the original version, you definitely can hear Elvis singing it. Same voice, very similar style, that type of thing. Vibratos, way he pronounces stuff. So you can get all these, you can listen to this free on her website under lindahoodsigmundstruth.com, or you can do Highway 61 has videos that has all the songs on it for free. Or you can also download them on iTunes and all that if you want to listen to them on an iPhone or whatever. Yeah, love them all. Okay, you remember that pic? Okay, definitely Elvis. Someone had said it was one of his guys, Al Strada, but Al wasn't even in the country at the time. It wasn't AI either. No, it wasn't AI. It was done in 1978. AI was not around back then. And Al Strada was not in the country. He admitted to it. And he told Jim too. He admitted to it. It wasn't him. And there's no denying that photo. I have a video about it, so if anyone hasn't seen that live video, you guys can check it out. It's under the live tab on YouTube. Only question about that photo is Elvis was supposedly in Argentina or somewhere for a few years. Okay, so from what I understand, he went to Hawaii and then came back for the holidays, stayed the holidays, then he did some stuff, because if you go by like dates and recording for Orion and stuff, he wasn't all over the place. He was he traveled, but different places, and not all year long. He was gone for a couple of months or a month or 2 weeks or something and came back. And he said he was Elvis found alive. He said he was a homeless ghost for a couple months. So, a possibility that he came back. My holidays so far have been great. My Christmas was great. I got a lot of stuff I wasn't expecting to get. But I had a very good holiday. I believe it's him for sure. That soon after his supposed death, no one could have looked like him, and the impersonators came later. Yes, so it's Jesse Elvis. Yes, and he did admit to it as well, to Linda Hood Sigmund. He did say that he did. Another thing is that chair that Joseph was saying, there was a chair in the door at that pool house. That was his barber's chair that he had in his bathroom. Why the world would they move the barber chair from the bathroom to the pool house if it was not him in the chair? He was probably hanging out in the pool house while his father was in his office. Then at night he would go back into Graceland, stuff like that. And we'd hide in secret passageways and all kind of things. It's amazing to get that shot of Elvis in the chair at Graceland in the bathhouse. Yes. And if you notice now, the pool house has a different door as well. No longer has a door that you can see through. I do think it's him. Maybe he went overseas after. Yes. From what I understand, he probably was he ever John? No, Johnny Harrow was an ETA, Elvis impersonator, and Johnny Harrow also took a part of the older Elvis in This Is Elvis movie, I believe. So he was hired by EPE to impersonate Elvis. He was a very good liking to Elvis by his or similar look to Elvis. He was just heavier and taller than Elvis, I believe. So He was definitely heavier and taller, and his voice was different, obviously, but he was a great impersonator. And he no longer lived either. He's no longer living. Besides Ron, Jesse, and Orion. Okay, so Ron Jesse is another Elvis sound-alike, they call him, an Elvis sound-alike. I don't think he's an impersonator, but he's a sound-alike, and he does the, Ron Jesse, like the, what do they call it? Continuing series or something. And he's got a pretty good voice. Not exactly like Elvis with pronunciation, but he's pretty good voice. And then Orion, of course, was Jimmy Ellis, and they were the closest. They were the closest. He was the closest singer, I think, to Elvis as far as pronunciation is concerned. Talking, no, but singing, yes. And that's why they could trade off on one another. Yeah. Yeah, so you can get that album on Amazon. You can get the book on Amazon if you can find it. If not, you have to keep an eye out. Carol was a good impersonator, but not related at all. Right, and you know the weirdest thing about Johnny Hare is that he actually talked a lot like Elvis. It sounded like Elvis, especially in talking, but in singing he was a little bit different. But he looked a lot like Elvis, and he actually named his daughter Lisa Marie and all that kind of thing. It was quite interesting, but he's not the same person. Has E debunked the yes. Jesse is a only child. He was raised an only child. His twin brother died at birth, and there were no other brothers. He was raised an only child. And everybody that's around him and anybody that you would ask, even Priscilla would say he was an only child. He was only one Elvis. All right. So the eight brothers is a bunch of hogwash. Whoever made up that theory, they don't know their facts. They need to go back to do their homework. Same thing with Bob Joyce. You need to go do your homework, do timelines. You'll notice their timelines are different. But there's no other brothers. Like I said, I'm not saying that he didn't have half siblings. He might have had half siblings. He had step brothers, but they didn't look anything like him. But he had no other brothers, like real blood brothers or anything like that. That's right. The group does not believe in brothers. Neither does this channel. Other brothers. Okay. No. He says it in many books. He said it here in Wanda June Hill's book, We Remember Elvis. He said it here in The Truth About Elvis Aaron Presley in his own words. It is mentioned here in Is Elvis Alive? And here in Elvis Man Alive. This is his cousin Gene. He'll tell you about in this book that he was a twinless twin. If I Can Dream, he tells Larry Geller he was a twinless twin. In other words, his older brother, twin, died at birth. And he always felt his brother with him spiritually. And when he killed the image, he took on the Jesse's name, but he also used other aliases. Right now he's using Jesse's name. Right. And I think he had a distinctive southern drawl. I also think he talked pretty slow, and drawled out, like especially the long vowels. And the way he sang soul, when he said soul, he said he had that, and he sometimes rolled his L, for some reason, and he would say time, he would hold that I, and so he would talk, and he would talk kind of slow. Like I said, with the video, I mean, you hear the phrasing with one song. We had done it earlier in the video here, with the clip of Civil Nora saying, I just heard Reagan was shot. The way he said shot and the way he said shocked on the other video sounded like. He has a little bit of sometimes he has a little bit of a emphasis in his voice, like a punch. And sometimes in a soft voice too. So, but he talked with a drawl, but he also had like some type of stutter. Which he was talking to Linda about when he did Elvis Found Alive documentary. The people that were producing that movie were really frustrated with him because of his stutter. They had to edit out a lot of his stutter, the and the ums and the because he had this way of, like, when he talked, he had, I guess, so much going on that the communication from the brain to the mouth, it took a few minutes. He had to stutter. I think he does. I think he knows he's alive. He's not allowed to say anything. A lot of them are signed with NDAs. You want to tell me about the spa guy interview done with one man? Okay. I'm not sure. And this guy got an emulator there and explained it that it worked on his body in the hospital. Okay. And that he told that there was no rigor mortis and it was not Elvis at the hospital. Right. I mean, just the records alone, just the way it was set up was just really, like, questionable. That's what this book, Is Elvis Alive, does. It questions all of the eyewitness accounts, all of the records that are available, because obviously the autopsy is not available, but everything else is. And she questions all of that. Spent my birthday and Christmas still in the hospital today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope you feel better. Please touch Dion. Lord, heal her body and help her to feel better so she can go back to home. Spa Guy is cool and I love his channel, but Joy, you still my favorite. Thank you. I'm not sure which channel you like better, but yeah. I have two channels. One is Life of Joy, which is basically my vlogging channel, and this is my Elvis channel. Yeah, and I don't know if Elvis Police has come out with any more, but anybody who wants to see any video, if you're questioning, Bob Joyce or was it John Presley or any other kid or whatever, he debunks these theories or whatever. Check it out. I'll tell you one thing, that crap all about concrete pour over his grave. They couldn't get no heavy equipment even back there, right? And I'm gonna say that I'm gonna tell you right now. From what I understand, those are just memorial tablets, and that the bodies are buried somewhere else in a private cemetery somewhere. Oh, Vernon was so heartbroken. Yep. Yeah, King continue. Yeah, thank you. I can't pronounce it. Sorry. spa guys. Thank you. We're full of crap, and that Elvis is dead. Right. But I think that he also did one with Bob Joyce, which was weird because they wouldn't allow him to do a video with his face. They only had him from like here down. So it could have been anybody pretending to be Bob Joyce. He tried to debunk Bob Joyce is not Elvis. That's true. But as far as I know, like it's not confirmed. Like I do not know for sure, but I heard that he might be. But it's not confirmed, Jimmy Ellis. But it's a possibility because he did look a lot like Vernon. Yeah, that like I said, there is not much as far as like they would be half brothers as far as like records other than a birth record that Jimmy Ellis had that had his father's name was Vernon, but there was no last name, so we don't really know for sure. But it could be a possibility. He was adopted, so you're welcome, Dion. Funniest thing is Gene Smith knew him better than anyone, and when he said that wasn't Elvis and people overlooked that, they are stupid, right? And he also said a lot of other things that didn't look anything like him, that type of thing. Right. I think that Elvis did not have a what I'm gonna say. He didn't have a heavy stutter, but he had a stutter when he spoke, not when he sang. When he sang, it was clear as day. But Elvis, when you listen to him in interviews, you could hear him go or and dot 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 dot, and he would repeat sometimes too. He would repeat himself, a similar thing. So okay, no problem. Have a good night. God bless you. May you feel better and happy New Year. And calling John up, been playing super detective, and I'm determined to find out more and more. Right. A lot of people are like that. Love you too. Ooh. Well, stay warm. Amen, Linda. Yeah. Bye. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Okay, so now that we're going to finish this, I'm just going to go and play Blue Christmas for you guys. His #1 Christmas song ever. I'm going to do the Blue Christmas by Civil Nora. And you guys have a great night. God bless y'all and have a happy new year. And next Saturday, I will be back on at 8 o'clock and we will continue our book, Don't Cry, Darling. And you guys have a good night. God bless.
Those blue, blue, blue memories start calling. You'll be doing all right. Those blue, blue, blue memories start calling. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree. Won't be the same if you're not here with me. And when those blue, blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue, blue, blue memories start calling. You'll be due doing all right.
And that's it. You guys have a good night. Bye.